on down to the front down here. I know exactly what to do. Come on down here to the front, everybody, boys and girls. Y'all look different than y'all did Thursday night. I like your dinosaur, but I guess probably one of my favorite was Beetlejuice. Little girls. All right, well, it's good to see y'all. Well, welcome to Ward Celebration Day. I've been the prize today for Pack and Fuse. It's good to see all of them here today. And glad that they're here, and especially these kids. Well, I want to show you something today. I've got kind of a collection here. I'm really not, I'm not all that handy. Now, my brother, Mr. Danny over here, is my brother. He's my little brother. And he's very handy. As a matter of fact, people all over the world call him Handyman Dan. He's very, very handy. I'm not all that handy. There used to be a lot of things I used to be able to do that I can't even do anymore. But for some reason or other, I have a big collection of these. Look at that. People give me these, and they say, "Oh, thank you." And so I've got a bunch of them. I got a few here, but I got a whole bunch of them. When I was getting ready to prepare for this children's message, I've been having trouble finding a bunch of them. This is called a tape measure. Now watch this. You may have seen it, maybe you haven't. This has a metal strip inside of it. I just think that's so cool. I could probably I'm so easily entertained, I could probably just do that for hours. And just say, that is so cool. Just every time you do it. And it has numbers on it. And it has inches and parts of inches and feet and yards. And it's for measuring things. If you were to come up here, Harper, I could find out how tall you are. And watch this. This has a lock on it. It's just cool beyond measure. I can click that lock. Look there. And it just stays out like that. And watch this. Watch this. I said I'm not handy. Yeah, I'm trying to unlock it. It needs a little WD-40. Let me do that a little more smoothly. All right, locked, unlocked. It is cool. That is so cool. And if I thought you could press that, I'll let you go up here and do it so you can participate in the coolness. That's what I was trying to do. That is so cool. So that's one forged tough. That's a good one. This looks like the Batman version. Looks like the Batman version. Now, it actually is a lot easier. See, look here, I can measure something. When I pull that out like that, it just stays. I don't have to lock it or anything. And I can see I've got 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot. Bunch, daylight, never mind. Anyway. Now it's got a trigger on that. I press that. See that? Just pull that. I can measure that and see how big that is. So I like that. But here's my favorite. It's kind of big and gawky. Look at there. See there? That's a tape measure. Addison, you ready for this? You got it? Now that is really cool. We are 8 feet away. 8 feet. Watch this lane. You have to let go of the rope. Now, the reason I got these here, I want to tell you something. There are lots of people in the world today who carry one of these with them everywhere they go. They measure people. And they measure everybody. You may not see the tape measure, and you may not at first, when you're young, realize that they're measuring you. They want to find out if you measure up. And everybody they meet, they measure. Because they have to decide if they like them or they don't like them. They want to find out if they're tall or short. Skinny, like this, or fat. And they want to find out, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Are you doing what they think you ought to be doing? And they want to find out if you're smart or if you're dumb. And they're always measuring people. They're always deciding if this person can be in my group, or if this person belongs on my list. Or they might measure someone who says, I'm taking that person off my list. They measure people all the time. And they measure people everywhere they go. And they measure everybody they meet. Because they have to decide what kind of person you are, whether or not you fit in, or whether or not you measure up, or if you're good enough to make the list. You can always pick these people out. Let me tell you how to figure out who the measuring people are. And there are millions and millions and millions of them. And they've got tape measures sometimes that you can't see. Sometimes they can size you up just by looking at you one time. This is how you can figure out who they are. They're always unhappy. They're always unhappy. They're always, every one of them is always disappointed in people. And they are people who always feel like someone, somewhere, has let them down or disappointed them. And so sometimes they're disappointed, or sometimes they're discouraged, and sometimes they're just depressed, because when they measure people in the world, most of the people they measure don't measure up. They don't meet the grade. They don't make the list. You know what God said? We've all fallen short. We're all short. We all failed. We all didn't make the grade, and that's why He sent Jesus to bring us up to speed. None of us could ever measure up in God's eyes, but God wanted us to measure up. God was never disappointed in us. He was never someone to take us off His list. God bring us up, and that's why He sent Jesus. Don't measure people. Don't weigh people. When you meet somebody new, don't try to make up your mind whether you like them or not. Like them. Just make a decision to like them, even if you don't like them. Jesus said, what did Jesus say to do? He said to do more than just like them. What did Jesus say to do? Ask, do you remember? He said love them. He said love them. And there's a lot of them like me. We're not lovely at all. And we're not lovable at all. But God says, love Him anyway. Love Him anyway. All right? I got a bunch of these. I need to give some of them away. Okay, one more time. I got to play. You ready, Harper? Here we go. Oh, there it went. It didn't quite make it. Can you pick it up? All right, hang on to it. Here we go. All right, I don't need really